Alright, welcome back everybody. I am Captain Banks, and as always I'll give you my take on life and technology. Today I'm going to talk about what I thought was the most amazing mobile operating system, but everybody seems to be raging about it. So I'm going to talk to you about the unamazing glitches of iOS 6 here on the circuit board. Alright everybody, now as you know from my last episode, I was very excited about iOS 6 because the new features just looked really cool. But as it turns out, the most incredible operating system ever has a lot of glitches and a lot of people are raging about it, and I'm going to tell you about the top 3 that I've seen as being a support guy and by a guy that goes on the Apple support forums all the time. First one is going to be with Wi-Fi connectivity. On the iPhone and on the iPad, the iOS 6 just has a hard time connecting to some Wi-Fi networks. Most people aren't really clear why that is. Apple hasn't said why that is, but apparently they are aware of the problem. But a short-term fix is actually pretty easy with just a little bit of know-how on your iOS device. Like you just go into settings, into general, and you click reset network settings, and then it seems to work after that. Well, it worked for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you. And if it doesn't, call Apple. They'll fix it for you. Alright, moving on. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Passbook application. Now the Passbook application is actually really cool. The only problem with it is the most amazing app you will never use ever. And that is because there's simply just no support for it. Now right now, the Passbook only has 5 applications that could utilize it, which, I mean, come on, seriously? You have an app that you can't remove from your phone that only has 5 apps for companies that nobody uses? I mean, until more companies make applications for it, it's just, that app's like garbage. I mean, it's really cool, but it's not worth explaining what it does because you can't use it anyways. So, yeah, good job, Apple. Anyways, moving on. Now, Maps was the one feature in iOS 6 that I was actually really excited for, mainly because of the 3D flyover feature. But it turns out that the new Maps application is actually run by a company called TomTom, which Apple bought to do this. Now TomTom was already a semi-failing mapping company when Apple bought it, mainly because they only update their system every 3 years. So when you're searching in, like, let's say new neighborhoods or small towns, you're going to have entire city blocks missing. And then the 3D feature, which albeit is really cool, is also really glitchy. I mean, you'll see roads that go in like this weird zigzag shape. You'll have buildings that look like sinkholes. And there are no faces on Mount Rushmore. I mean, really? I don't know who to blame. I don't know if it's TomTom or if that's Apple that did that. But really, there's no faces on Mount Rushmore. It's Mount Rushmore. Anyways, the TomTom maps, they're not super accurate, and sometimes the voice directions, which are a little helpful, the voice directions get you lost pretty easily. And the Google Map version, even though it had no turn-by-turn directions, it was way more accurate and way more detailed. And Apple, you probably should not have divorced yourself from Google so quickly. This iOS 6 problems, they just really bug me. I'm sure they bug all of you, and unfortunately, you cannot downgrade back to iOS 5. It just does not, it's just not possible. So I'm sorry, you just gotta stick it out until Apple comes out with iOS 6.1, and hopefully everything will be fixed. Well, that's all I got for now. Hopefully the YouTube app that you had to download from the App Store didn't glitch out when you were watching my video. And I will see you next time on the circuit board.